Okay, today it's all about my blueberries. You may recall that last year I planted some Take the Cake and Bless Your Heart blueberries from the Southern Living Plant Collection, and you can see here that they're already starting to bud out, both with leafy growth and hopefully with some flowers that will turn into blueberries. So to ensure that, I'm going to feed them today, and I am going to use some of this Berry Tone Organic from Espoma. And I am going to put about a cup for every diameter of the drip line of the blueberries. And what do I mean by that? Well, the drip line, if you kind of laid the blueberry plant on its side, the drip line would be about right here. And this would be the circumference of that. So I'm gonna say about a cup. And this is about a cup. And so I'm just going to sprinkle this here. I'll work it in. Now the other thing is you want to do this in late spring and in the fall. And this is about as late spring, or as I should say late winter, early spring. A little bit of that is open to interpretation because of our weather. So you want to feed these twice a year. And I may have said earlier, spring and fall, but really what I meant was very early spring and late spring. So about 45 days in between. And I've put about a cup here, and I'm just gonna work this in. Soil is already moist because I watered this morning. And then hopefully this will really give a jolt of production to these sweet little blueberries. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more to do. And I'll be doing that. And then I'm thinking this is going to inspire me maybe to make some blueberry muffins. What do you think, Stuart?
Send that.
Well, tending my blueberries made me think, since they're Southern Living Plant Collection blueberries, made me think that I haven't made the Southern Living Test Kitchen Blueberry Streusel Muffins in a long time. And I have a tooth for them now. They're easy to make, they're delicious, and they're just kind of a staple, I think. So how fun would this be? So and I'm testing these out for myself kind of, because on the Saturday before Easter Sunday, there's always a Easter egg hunt in my park, and I thought how fun to take a great big basket of blueberry muffins up to the park, where they also have a coffee station. Sometimes they have a mimosa station, but I thought it would be kind of a fun thing to do. So I haven't made these in a while, so I'm going to go ahead and make some. I might even freeze some, and there might even be some left over if I freeze them for the Easter egg hunt, if they're not all consumed. That's a big if. So let's get started. So number one, I have preheated the oven to 375, and I have assembled my ingredients. Now really all you need are some delicious blueberries, and yes, I can't wait for the day when I can use my own blueberries, my own Bless Your Heart Takes the Cake blueberries from my own front yard. But right now these are just grocery store varieties. And look, I'm using one of the cute bowls that I got yesterday when we were out thrifting. Use what you have. And then it just requires milk, cinnamon, vanilla, all of your regular characters, flour, sugar, baking powder, eggs, and butter. And so then let's just start assembling the ingredients. I've got my muffin pan ready. I am a gal who likes to use muffin liners. I don't like to do it directly into the muffin pan because that makes cleanup a little bit more difficult. So let's get started. So I am adding just a half a stick or 4 tablespoons of softened butter and a 1/3 cup of sugar, and then all I'm gonna do is just blend that together on medium speed. Now I'm going to add an egg, and this is why you crack it into a container versus directly into the bowl, because look there.
You can get the
I
shells.
got a little bit of shell there. And as you can tell, I am not that much of an experienced baker or cook. Look, there's another piece of shell right there.
No crunchy nothings.
No crunchy nothings. Okay, so now that's nice and creamy, and let's start putting together the dry ingredients. Okay, so I have mixed together my dry ingredients, which are 2 1/3 cups all-purpose flour, a bit of salt, and 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And then I'm going to add this to the creamy mixture, alternating with milk. So I'm going to start with the flour mixture, alternating with the 1 cup of milk I have, and ending up with the flour mixture. I'm adding a teaspoon of vanilla. I'll blend this, then once this is all incorporated together, I'll fold in the blueberries. Now, this is not in the recipe, but to me, almost anything can be improved by the addition of nuts, and specifically pecans that come from my friend Gail up in Enid. So before I fold in the blueberries, I'm going to fold in these nuts because I like everything with a little bit of crunch. Okay, so now I will fold in the blueberries, 1.5 cups, and here is 1/2 cup. And now I'm going to gently fold these in.
Don't smash those blueberries.
Don't smash the blueberries. One of the things I love about Stuart are the things he says, and just a little while ago he said, everybody's life could be improved if they just folded in more blueberries. Because he loved that expression. And I would say, I'd have to agree, being that they are so healthy and so yummy. Okay, so now we are going to dispense these and put the deliciousness into some muffin cups. Now I like to use an ice cream scoop for this purpose because it just makes it a little bit easier.
Who doesn't love an ice cream scoop?
And who doesn't love an ice cream scoop? I think probably all of our lives could also be improved by using an ice cream scoop. Now, truth be told, you guys, yes, these have blueberries in them, and yes, they have nuts in them, and those are both healthy, but they also have butter and sugar and flour, which are not quite so healthy. So this is maybe more a little bit like a dessert, but you know what? Every once in a while, if you're not going to indulge around Easter or Christmas, when are you going to indulge? Halloween.
Yeah, that's it. There's some options.
Yeah. Your birthday. Sunday.
Monday. Yeah.
Monday. You're having a good day. You're having a bad day. Remember, I've got my oven preheated. And these are going to be maybe a little bit larger. This recipe makes 1.5 dozen. But I kind of like really big muffins. Okay, so there is that. So now I am cutting the other half of that stick, 4 tablespoons of softened butter, into 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/3 cup of flour, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, and then we are going to sprinkle this on top of the muffin batter before we bake them. I know, yum. And to me, this is what it's all about.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
And they're good before you do this. But...
yeah, but this is, I like crunchy. And this is crunchy to the max. And I'm sure, like I say, I am so amateur at baking and stuff. But you know what? As long as it turns out presentable and delicious, then I have a pretty unforgiving audience to eat them, don't I, Stuart?
Well, I say I can make a mean tasting pancake, but they're not pretty.
But they're not pretty. Yeah, you know? We just do what we have to do now. It always makes more streusel topping
It looks that way, doesn't it?
than you really need. I discovered that last time. So you can be pretty generous with the streusel topping. Not to mention a little messy. Because, I mean, butter and sugar and cinnamon, what's not to love? Okay, now one thing I learned from making my friend Deborah's chocolate chip cookies is everything is improved that's sweet with a touch of Maldon salt on top. And these will be no exception. So I'm just sprinkling a little bit about halfway through, because honestly, I just thought of that. I've turned it from front to back, and I'll let them finish baking now. And can I just say, it smells divine in here. Okay, so now, if before I was a pretend baker, now I'm a pretend food stylist. So I love, love, love this basket that I got yesterday. And by the way, there is my alert from Siri that my muffins are done. So we're going to take a little break here. I'll show you how I'm going to style them, and we'll get them out of the oven. Well, I'm sure I've got wild hair from being out in the wind. While the muffins are cooling, I wanted to show you a little bit about how I will style this if I do indeed take them to the park for the Easter egg hunt. I think this will be so cute. So pretend, if you will, that I already had a beautiful harvest of Bless Your Heart and Takes the Cake berries from my Southern Living plants, which I anticipate I might have later in the season when it's a little bit more their time. But what I've done is I've taken this wonderful, wonderful basket. This is probably my favorite thing that we found yesterday. This was all of, I think it was $4.99, Stuart. I love it. I love the fact that it's kind of got this blonde wood look that looks great in my kitchen. And then, and I will definitely put links below to these. I love these blue and white. They would make great napkins, but what they are is towels. And you can see here that they come with a little hanger on them. So you can hang them off of a towel hook. But I think for this presentation, they'll be wonderful. Now I'll probably clip a few, maybe a few mint leaves or something, stick them in the blueberries, and then I will surround this by all of the muffins, maybe have some paper napkins in here, and then the size of these is just large enough so that I can cover them up like this. And it's very much a tisket, a tasket. Now, if you can't find, this is, we did take the sticker off. We had it on earlier as proof of thrifting. We did take the sticker off. If you can't find a sweet little bowl like that for berries, then you can use a spode bowl. I love this one. I bought this one online because it matches my spode china, and that would work too. So as soon as they're cooled, we'll put the muffins in place and see what it looks like. Okay, these look pretty yummy if I do say so myself. And here is another thrift store find that is coming in handy. You guys were wondering if I was going to bring home those trivets with me, and indeed I did. This way I can put something that is hot on my marble surface. And since the recipe told me to take these out of the pan as soon as possible, I will indeed do that.